This is a short video on using the Mac and a couple of differences between the Mac and a PC. The first is that this is the same thing as the taskbar on a PC. It's called the dock, and you can have the dock in different locations depending on what you're used to. And to change this, you go to the Apple up here and click System Preferences and click the dock. And you can have it on the bottom, on the left, which is kind of like a PC, or on the right. And you can also have it automatically hide and show when you roll over it. So for example, right now it will always show up, and the icons are a lot smaller because they're on the vertical axis. So I'm going to put it back on the bottom, and I'm going to click this box, automatically hide and show the dock. So it's going to disappear. And then I'll close this window, and then when I roll over it in the bottom, it all appears. And a lot of these we're not going to be using, but the ones we're going to focus on are going to be UpDocs, FileMaker Pro, and the Windows applications over here. So first off, I'm going to run a maps report. We'll come down here to Google Chrome, and this may be at a different location on your dock, and you can actually move it around. We can move it all the way over here since it's going to be one of the ones we use all the time. And this pops up, and this is Maps, and I'm going to type in my logon and password. I'm going to move it off the screen for a second to do that. Thank you, Mommy. Oop. So I logged in, and if you see this 1Password stuff up here on the top, just click the X and it goes away. Here's the screen. I've logged on, and there's three areas here: prescriptions, surveillance, and syndromes. We don't care about this. We want prescriptions. And here's the same patient we keep looking for prescriptions on. So let's put in first name, last name, skip the middle name, and the birth date. And don't worry about the states. Michigan is clicked off. And this is a patient that has signed a contract, has been seen before, so we click this. If it's somebody that we haven't seen before, you click New Patient. So this would be a return patient. We certify that it really is a patient and not something you're doing illegally, and then you close. This came up really quickly, but let's say we look at this. There are no prescriptions that I have with this imaginary birth date. So I'm going to save this. One second. So I'm going to save this, and I'm going to put it in Ruth Scans. And if you want to, you can either leave this the way it is, or put in last name, first name, prescription search, and date, and download it. Doing a bunch of these, you'll wind up with a whole bunch of windows open up here, and you're going to get lost. So the way to get back to this window here is to go to Chrome, go to Window, and then pick the window that says Maps. And you'll get back to here, and you can enter another name. To open Mac Practice, go to the Mac Practice icon, and depending upon the computer you've used, either your name or somebody else's name will come up. If it's not yours, you just enter yours, your password. You can click this, which will let you log in without a password, as long as the computer's secure. And this screen may come up telling you to download a new version of the server software. Just cancel it. And in Mac practice, the rule is always go for the patients. There's all these icons up here that will cover, but once you start with a single patient, you can always find out who you need. So just for a quick example, we're going to look for Brad Pitt. And here's his information. And we'll see that Brad Pitt has one electronic medical record that was made. And Brad Pitt also has prescriptions. These are the medications he's on. These are the prescriptions that have been written. And here's the electronic prescribing service. Which will let us figure out what he's been on, and we can renew prescriptions here. Remember that when you're logging out, if FileMaker Pro is open, I won't show you how to open it because that'll bring up a patient-containing window. But when you're closing FileMaker Pro, this window will always show up. This script cannot be found or has been deleted. That's okay. Just click OK. When you're walking away from the computer, always click this lock up here, which locks the screen. And you have to enter the password to get back in. And then finally, for the Finder to locate the files, you click it and this will open up. I've hidden the actual files off screen because they've got names. But for example, Bruce Scans, I have only one in here. This was the MAPS report that we just downloaded, and the rest of these have patient files in them. And you can move these icons around. So if you wind up using Rus Scans or Rus Folder most, you can put this at the top. And to close the Finder, you can either hit the yellow, which will minimize it, or the red, which will close it. And that's it for this one.